Even though it looks like an ice age out here, there are still some dinosaurs roaming this earth. And today I have one here with me, which is the Ram TRX. And I am in freezing cold temperature because we wanted to show you exactly how good this truck is at pushing through cold weathers, even though I thought we were doing a drag race today, but my team decided to make it a little worse. Anyways, my name's Jason, you're watching God and X. Now, the first and easiest thing to talk about with the TRX is going to be the looks of the front. It is the first thing you see when you look at this vehicle, and oh my goodness, does it stand out. I think Ram has done a phenomenal job making this thing stand out as aggressive. I mean, you put this thing next to the Raptor and it looks like it eats Raptors. That's its whole purpose. This thing is going to put the Ford Raptor in its place, and that's what they accomplished with this aggressive design. You have this aggressive front grille here that stands out. It has in-between plating, and I think it looks really, really good, as well as the giant Ram logo right here, so you know you're dealing with a Ram truck. On top of it, you do have the hood vents for this supercharger underneath the hood that we will get to eventually when we talk about the interior spec. You have nice headlights that shine through and just kind of can get you through any off-road situation. I think this truck looks phenomenal. It also has that steel bumper plate down here to help protect those inside pieces, as well as overall, it just looks great for an outdoor truck. Now, let's look at the engine of this beast by opening the jaws of the TRX. And underneath here, you have a 6.2 liter Hemi V8, quite popularly known as the Hellcat engine. This whopping beast of an engine inside of here creates 702 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. There's not much else you want from a beast like this. This engine is so good, it carried us through the snow and acted like it was basically gravel. Overall, I think this engine is a perfect fit and a big reason on why this truck is so fantastic. Now, onto the side of the TRX, you can tell that this aggressive profile is helped by 11 inches of ground clearance. I mean, this thing gets off the ground and it feels fantastic to drive. You get over things, you don't have to worry as much, making it a great off-road vehicle. So to continue on with the side, you have fender flares as well as vents that kind of push out the truck and give it the aggressive look that everybody wants with the TRX. One thing that is a flaw with this vehicle is going to be the side steps here. They are not automatic, they do not come down. This is all you get, which I personally think is a missed opportunity. I feel like they could have implemented it somehow and just give that truck a little bit better of a luxurious feeling on top of that. But hey, it's off-road, it's rugged. And with that, you also are in fact going to get 35-inch all-terrain tires that can help you through whatever situations you go through. You have 17-inch wheels and they help make it look massive. Overall, the side profile looks great. Let's go to the back and hear this thing roar. Now, onto the back of this truck, you have a few logos to indicate exactly what you have. You have the TRX logo in the bottom left, you have the Ram logo front and center, and the 4x4 logo on the right side. Overall, the back isn't too spectacular looking. You do have these taillights which have the Ram logo on. You don't really see them when they light up, so I think that's a missed opportunity. But overall, the back isn't that great. But if you want to continue on things that aren't fantastic about the TRX, I will admit the trunk bed is lackluster. You have 5.7 cubic feet of bed space, and I personally think it's a little bit of a missed opportunity, as in this one in particular, you have the spare tire bolted back here, taking up almost 90% of this cargo space. You don't really have much of a truck with this. This is definitely going to be a for fun vehicle and not for practicality. But one thing that is definitely for fun, and I've mentioned it before, is going to be the roar of the TRX. Why don't we give that exhaust a listen and just see how good this truck sounds. Now, the truck's rev was so loud, I do have to point out, with all the snow on the trees, just revving the engine caused a bunch of it around to fall down. I just think that's a testament to how fucking awesome this truck is. Now let's go into the inside and I'll tell you what I think about that. Now, on the inside of the TRX, it can be a little bit overwhelming when you first step in with the amount of things inside. First thing though I would like to point out, and it's gonna be the first thing you notice, is going to be this massive iPad in the center. This infotainment system is massive, and that's not always a good thing. In this vehicle in particular, they put a bunch of extra things inside of your infotainment screen to make it a little bit more conformed and easy to do, like your comfort, meaning your heated seats, your cooled seats, all of that. Your climate controls, full capabilities are going to be stuck inside of here, and a bunch of things like that, which I think aren't necessarily the best for a vehicle like this. I feel like Ram does a great job of making you feel like you're in a big truck, and I feel like making you press all these little buttons inside of here, it just doesn't feel the right way. But other than that, there aren't that many complaints I'm gonna have about this truck. There's your auxiliary switches down here, you have your drive modes up here, you have your four-wheel drive selector down here, as well as this truck comes equipped with launch control, which is amazing. I mean, inside the infotainment, there are still a few cool things, such as your performance pages and your drive modes. You can actually track your laps with that launch control feature and just feel really, really good inside this truck. It does give you a little bit extra to the performance, and it does feel good. On top of that, you do have a very comfortable steering wheel, comfortable seats. I mean, nothing really wrong in here. You have TRX branding everywhere on the seats, on the dash, as well as even in your gauge cluster. I mean, there are so many TRX logos everywhere, and if you open up this compartment, you can actually see a T-Rex being 10 times bigger than a Raptor and a little bigger than this truck, just trying to give the full understanding that they want you to think this truck is better. There is one thing that I do think is a little bit goofy, but it's kind of nice and unique, is a coin sorter. It has a spot for every single kind of coin that is perfectly fit the amount, so you can keep your coins here really, really easily and grab them whenever you need them if you need change when you're doing something quick. On top of that, you have a nice hybrid gauge cluster. You have some analog, you have some digital features. I think it looks really, really great. Overall, the interior of the TRX is fantastic. There is one thing I would like to point out though, before I forget, the wireless charging here is probably the worst one I've seen ever. I mean, you have to put your phone in vertically, and if you have a big phone like I do, it just doesn't charge, which I think is a missed opportunity. But other than that, I think the TRX stands as one of the comfiest trucks I've been in. It's super nice. I think it's on par with some of the Shelbys I've been in that I think are just fantastic, but the Ram does stand on its own, and I think the TRX is dominant. Now, driving the TRX is always going to be a treat. You have so much power and prowess in this vehicle. I mean, we are in the beautiful canyon area with the snow everywhere. I'm in snow mode because the road is a little bit slippery, and this truck handles like I am on gravel. I mean, there is no difference between this and the main road because this truck handles it so well. When you get into a little bit of the steeper part, it does get a little bit more difficult, but yes, this truck can handle it. We were in about like 4 inches deep of snow until we moved recording spots, and I mean, this truck just kicked right out of it, and it is so great. I mean, you have so much visibility, you have a lot around. It's just a really, 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 really good driving experience. I mean, I cannot iterate it enough. This truck is life-changing. If you have the money for one of these, I mean, oh my goodness, getting one of these is such a luxury and such a nice thing to have. I mean, you can go anywhere and you can feel safe and comfortable. This truck will be able to get you out, and that's how I feel right now. I mean, I was a little bit worried coming down here just because, you know, it's a snow environment. We live in Vegas, there's not much snow always, but this truck really does make you just feel comfortable and confident behind the wheel. The driving experience of the TRX is probably going to be one of the best things about this truck. I know it's said that the T-Rex can run 60 miles per hour, but oh my goodness, I can tell you what, this thing can go a lot faster and it feels great. This is a worthy descendant of the T-Rex. The TRX stands strong, tall, and is a fun and great drive. And that was the Ram TRX, and boy, do I think this dinosaur could have definitely ruled the world. I mean, if you look at this truck right here, I personally think it encapsulates everything you want with an aggressive truck that can go off-road. It does a phenomenal job. If you guys like this truck, let us know in the comments below, or if you'd prefer a different option. Me personally, I think I'm taking the TRX all day, every day. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy, and we will see you in the next one. Peace!